open phones for the next 2 hours, whatever you would like to chat about. Good morning to you all. And this is the first time in a while we've had just 2 hours of open phones and no guests. So if you got something on your mind you want to talk about, by all means, give us a call. 989-752-6111. Lots of things happening yesterday. The president of the Ukraine, Vladimir Zelensky, addressed Congress. Standing ovation, pledges of support. Talk about that. Minimum wages rising in 2023 across the country. Some 20 some odd states have rises in minimum wage. An interesting story about automobiles. Buick dealers, some of them are taking buyouts rather than make a big EV investment. Talk about that a little bit. Detroit, one of the last holdouts in the state for cannabis, has cleared legal hurdles, paving the way for it to issue recreational cannabis licenses. And of course, we'll have to talk about the weather and all the flights that are being canceled. And what your travel plans are for the holidays, and have they been altered? We'll tell you about ours because we have had discussions with our sons who both live in the Detroit area and had planned to come up here Saturday. So we will talk about that a little bit. Elon Musk at it again. He lifted the ban for thousands on Twitter. And guess what? The tweets have gone real nasty. Oh. So we'll talk a little bit about that this morning. But again, if you've got something you'd rather talk about, something you haven't heard about, give us a call and we'll chat about it. We'll start with what's going to affect us all over the next several days. And that's Mother Nature. It's not nice to fool Mother Nature, as they say. We are expecting a significant storm to roll through the Great Lakes region. It is rolling across the country. The storm portion rolling across mostly the northern tier, but the southern tier of the country, deep freeze. So what does it mean for the holiday? And I mentioned this yesterday, it's be careful what you ask for. You know, we've asked for years and years, let's have a white Christmas. Well, you may just get one, but you may not like the way you're going to get it. If you plan to travel this weekend, you better check ahead with your airlines. With this storm moving through the midsection of the U.S., I imagine there's going to be a lot of travel problems. Thursday, that's today, 676 flights will be delayed as of 6:30 a.m. this morning. Yesterday, 1,212 flights were canceled, that according to FlightAware. And it appears that Southwest Airlines is bearing the brunt with over 450 canceled flights, followed by United with 93. So whatever carrier you're flying, particularly if you're flying in the storm area, you might check ahead. And you might check ahead anyway, even if your flights are going to and coming from areas that are not impacted. They still could be, because all the canceled flights means that aircraft aren't moving around to where they need to be. And this will continue right through the end of the week into Saturday morning. And the Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, said that they expect the airlines to comply with the ruling for very, very fast cash refunds in terms of canceled flights. What's required, and I'll read this. This was in an article in USA Today. The Department of Transportation requires all airlines to refund your ticket, even if you purchased a non-refundable fare, in the event your flight is canceled. Rules around delays are a little more convoluted. Every airline has a different policy, but there is a DOT dashboard for travelers to see what they're entitled to by carrier. So, a lot of times airlines don't compensate for weather-related delays because they say it's out of their control. Well, let's take a look here. American Airlines passengers booked on existing tickets to travel through the Midwest between today and tomorrow. Parts of the Northeast between tomorrow and the 24th can push their plans as late as December 30th without paying any change fees. Delta Airlines has issued multiple waivers covering travel through December 25th in certain regions, depending which airports are included in the original itinerary. Travelers may be able to change their ticket to fly as late as December 28th without paying differences. Delta does not charge change fees except on basic economy tickets. United Airlines, travelers in most of the country through December 25th have the option to move their plans. Southwest, most travelers have the opportunity to change their tickets for travel through the 26th in certain regions of the country. Spirit Airlines, passengers traveling to, from, or through many airports in the Midwest through December 23rd and Northeast through December 24th can move their flights to December 28th. That's pretty much the standard across the industry right now. If you're flying out of an airport that's going to be impacted by this storm, you will be able to change your flight dates if your flight is delayed or canceled and you still want to fly. But if it's canceled and you want a refund and you're not going to move, you're entitled to that. And it needs to be quick. The Transportation Secretary said he does not accept that the airlines will delay payments for refunded tickets. Now, how that works with each airline, that's up to the airline, I guess. But anyway, know that you're entitled. Now the question is, drivers, have you altered your plans? I mentioned that our sons who live in the Detroit area with their wives had planned to come up Saturday for Christmas Eve. We have a tradition in the family, Christmas Eve. And everything is on hold. We will see what the weather looks like Saturday. And we have made alternate plans just in case. And I think that's a smart thing to do. If you are planning on driving this weekend to visit relatives or whatever your plans are, it will behoove you to have a backup plan. Because this storm apparently is serious. How much snow we get depends on the track of the storm, the temperature, and all of those things. But either way, we're going to get a bunch. So, if you have a snowblower, go out and make sure it starts and it's gassed up. If you plan on shoveling, take your time. And if you have any conditions that would cause concern, if you overexerted yourself, don't do it. Get somebody else to do it for you or just wait it out. It's not worth the risk. We haven't had a storm like this in a while. Might as well get used to it. Also, be prepared if your power goes out. First thing to know is opening the freezer to check on food is not a good idea. If the power goes out, do not open your freezer. It will maintain frozen product for quite some time as long as you don't let the hot air in. So keep that in mind, that frozen product in your freezer, particularly if it's well stocked, will aid in keeping product frozen for at least a day, maybe longer depending on your freezer. Same thing with the refrigerator. The less you can open it, the better protected you are for the product that's in it. All right, we're going to take a break. Lines are open for you. Whatever's on your mind on this couple of days before Christmas. This is the 22nd of December. I don't know where the month went. I just seemed like yesterday I was saying, oh, it's December 1st. And here we are on the 22nd already. Christmas weekend is ahead. So I'd be curious what your plans are this Christmas weekend. Do you stay home? Did you plan to travel? How will you alter those plans? Let's chat about it. 989-752-6111.
Hi, everyone. Eric Crane here with Crane's Aluminum Appliance Center, and I'm proud to announce that both of our locations are ready for the holidays. Whether it's kitchen or laundry, any other need that you have, you'll find it here on Bay Road in Saginaw or 1556. New, scratch and dent, and reconditioned appliances with name brands such as LG, Speed Queen, GE, and Frigidaire products. Don't forget, we stand behind everything we sell. Crane's L&M Appliance Center, locally owned and operated since 1956, is at 3260 Bay Road in Saginaw and 1556 West Carroll Road in Carroll, where we want to earn your business.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Your project, we never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Updated COVID vaccines are here, just in time for the season that brings us all closer. Just in time for added protection against the original COVID virus and Omicron. Just in time for crowded stores and great big family dinners. Updated here. And if you haven't had a vaccine since September, it's time to give yourself the gift of updated protection. Find updated COVID vaccines at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Frankenwood Credit Union presents the 6th Annual Bay City Country Music Festival, Thursday, June 15th, featuring Jimmy Allen.
Girl, what's your name? What you drinking? Yeah, what's your
And Friday, June 16th, featuring Mitchell Tenpenny.
Cause drunk me, can't get over you.
And this year, a third show on Saturday, June 17th. Get your tickets today at KenSheltonPromotions.com. Also sponsored by J&B Boots USA.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The latest reading on the economy is much stronger than expected, which could indicate the Fed will need to keep up its interest rate increases to fight inflation. The gross domestic product rose 3.2% in the fall quarter. Also, the number of people filing for unemployment benefits for the first time rose by 2,000 last week to 216,000. Economists were expecting the number of people continuing to receive benefits was weaker than forecast, 1.67 million. CarMax is seeing inflation and rising interest rates cut into people's ability to buy used cars. CarMax sales were down more than 23% in the fall quarter compared with a year ago. And CarMax says its profit slumped in the period. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
We conquer cancer. For the mom-to-be who is out of treatment options. For the doctor who has a brilliant idea. For the people who faced cancer head-on and climbed incredible heights while they were with us. For the children who celebrate the end of chemo. We conquer cancer for all who have been touched by it. Conquer Cancer accelerates breakthroughs in research and care for every cancer, every patient, everywhere. Join us at conquer.org.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And the body's air filter is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring. things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing. I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and NAV, AGE, Clean Nose, Healthy Life.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, Northern Michigan Elk Guide, Vance Gowell. Then Ben Nielsen from Showspan. In our second hour, we're ice fishing with Jake Romanek of Fishing 411 TV, plus DNR fisheries biologist Jeff Jolly. And in our third hour, all things outdoors in Michigan with Tom Lounsbury. Listen Saturday mornings at 6 and Sundays at 9 on WSGW.
Charlie, Denise, and Pat, the WSGW morning team.
WSGW. Your outlook for 2023. There are many polls asking about the country in the new year. A recent USA Today Suffolk University poll showing 65% of Americans think the country is on the wrong track. But the same polls show the mood 39% hopeful. But what about you and your specific life? Take into consideration your personal, your professional life, your health, your family, your finances, whatever it might be. The poll question is, how do you think the year 2023 will be for you? Will it be a great year? Will it be a good year? Will it be an average year? Will it be a difficult year? We hope we have more of the goods and the greats than the others, but we understand. Head to WSW.com, scroll on the homepage, look for the poll button.
I always choose to be optimistic.
You live optimistically and then deal with whatever necessity you have to.
Look forward to the new year.
Exactly.
Your morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show,
the FBI says criticizing them for spreading disinformation is disinformation.
Well, if there's one thing they know all about, it's disinformation.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins, weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
Back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. And let's go to our phones. Carol is in Sheridan. Carol, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, being campers, well, it really helps. Coolers are wonderful. You can, the snowbank, if you've got milk or things, you can stick in around a garage is wonderful. You can put, the things out of the refrigerator, like, salad dressing. And I've use the crisper trays and the meat trays and put fresh snow in the crisper trays and the meat trays, and that that'll keep your salad dressing and the things are safe.
Yeah, just be careful of the things that you don't want to freeze. Putting them outside.
But not if you put outside. But if the milk has got a little frosty on the top or something.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Garage,
sure.
Or a garage, you can take a cardboard box and put some of the stuff out of the refrigerator, your special stuff, and if you tuck it, closer to the door or something that usually don't freeze. It's better than losing. It's better than losing.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. You are right about that.
You got a lot of money in it, but a cooler makes wonderful. Or even in the house, you can in a bag or something, and keep putting fresh snow in it or something, and that'll keep a lot of things that's decent you can use.
Absolutely.
That's kind of how.
Are you all set for the holiday?
Well, our daughter snuck home from New York. She didn't tell me she was coming.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, she's done that a couple times because you get around and do things. And
yeah.
It's pretty bad, but she knows it's bad. So.
Well, she made it though, huh?
Oh yeah, she flew in Tuesday, and last year she had some other friends that drive, and she snuck in and rode with them, and then our son was in there with Deb to New York, so in 2 days. But our daughter-in-law called and said, "There's something over at our house. You got to come and get it." And it was her.
That's great.
And I think she kind of liked it because it'd been 20 years since she comes home in November, but it was fun for her.
Good.
There's a little grandkids.
Good. Excellent. Well, you have
we hate, but remember that, it's cold outdoors, so you can put, things around.
Yep. right.
We try that. So, well, you take care and everybody have a nice Christmas.
You too. Thanks, Carol. Bye-bye now.
Yeah, enjoy. Bye-bye.
All right, let's head down to Birch Run, and we'll talk to Jim this morning. Jim, good morning.
Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah.
Same to you. Thank you.
Thank you. You were so kind a few years back. You signed a cookbook for my Aunt Joan. She was the British lady who would call in from time to time.
Oh, yes.
With Mrs.
I remember her.
She made yes, sir. Thank you. She made almost 101, but she really, and the family appreciated you taking the time to sign that cookbook for her.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
And something that's kind of an interesting thing in regards to her life, her father was an accomplished furniture maker. And
really?
Many decades ago, when the Crown, they were from London.
Mm-hmm.
When they purchased the first television, they thought it would be beneficial not to have it just set by itself, and to have a cabinet made for it. So he made basically the first entertainment center for the Crown.
No kidding. You know, I remember her well, mainly because of the accent, and it stuck in my mind.
She had that till the day she passed.
Yeah, she's a great lady.
Yeah, and she was able to actually eat breakfast and have a fulfilled life until the day that she did pass.
Well, you know, that's a blessing, and she was a blessing to those who came in contact with her, and she will be missed, but we're glad she had a great life.
Well, sir, on behalf of the family, thank you for your kindness that you have shown to her and to the family.
Jim, you're more than welcome. We appreciate your thoughts, and I hope you and yours have a Merry Christmas.
And the same. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye now. And let's see. Yeah, we've got time. Let's talk to Paul in Saginaw. Paul, good morning.
Morning, Art.
Morning.
Art, over at the barber shop, Art, they say, "Hey, Harry, and a Happy New You" for Christmas. And hey, do you guys have Alexa in the studio or at your home?
I do not.
Ask Alexa a question, and then
no, we don't
get a response.
We do not.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the Christmas song written by Cowboy Joe? It's kind of a funny little Christmas song.
I don't recognize his name, but what was the song?
Well, I don't know what the title is. I only heard half of it. It was on CBS TV5 there about 2-3 years ago. I guess there was a copyright lawsuit about who had the song, and it was a funny little song, but I only heard half of it. It goes like, ho, 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 he, Christmas on your Christmas tree. Ho, 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 ha, 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 Christmas is my fa-la-la, or something like that. Ever heard it?
No, is it Ragtime Cowboy Joe? Is that who the artist was?
I don't know. All I know is Cowboy Joe doing a Christmas song. It's a funny little song. I asked Michael, he was going to ask Charlie to see if he could dig it up.
Yeah, I'm looking here. I don't see it specifically. I'm going to have to go looking.
Okay.
So, but if I find it, we'll see what we can do. Cowboy Joe, Ragtime Cowboy Joe. I remember that name now. Yeah, that's who. That's the artist. He was involved in the Chipmunk song too.
Well, I think he plays guitar when he does the song, but maybe it's the same guy. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's a funny little Christmas song.
All right.
Okay.
We'll go looking.
Okay.
All right, Paul.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye now. And that opens the lines for you. Give us a call on this 22nd of December. And let me take a moment, talk about the Thalen family and Thalen Subaru on North Euclid Avenue in Bay City. Because, I mean, Subaru has their Share the Love campaign. What a perfect time of the year for that. During the Share the Love campaign, Subaru will donate $300 for every new Subaru sold to one of 4 national charities or Thalen's local charity. And when you buy a Subaru, you pick. The local charity is the Good Samaritan Rescue Mission of Bay City. You get the Subaru of your dreams and help a local charity at the same time. One Subaru you might choose is the 8-passenger Subaru Ascent, like I'm driving this month. What a great car. Flexible, capable, industry-wide leading safety, including enhanced eyesight driver assist technology, standard on the Ascent. So stop into Thalen Subaru and test drive the Subaru Ascent. Talk to your Thalen representative to see how easy it is to obtain your own Subaru. Thalen Subaru, North Euclid Avenue in Bay City, online thinkthalen.com. Share the love today with your new Subaru. Thalen, serving your automotive needs for over 45 years.
December is BX Days subcompact sales event at Lingle Equipment. Hi, this is Kim Weiss, and all our BX 1880s, 2380s, 2680s, and the BX 23 TLB tractor loader backhoe are on sale at Lingle Equipment in December. We have loaders, mowers, and snow blowers. Also have many Land Pride attachments like tillers, rear blades, and grading scrapers. We have the attachment to get the job done right the first time. We have 0% interest for 60 months on approved credit. So stop in now at Lingle Equipment, 3001 West Sawyer Drive in along I-75 off the Washington Road exit. Or give me a call at 989-754-7801. Get a pen and I will say it again. 989-754-7801, or send me an email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
Welcome to retirement. Now, replace your paycheck. To local financial coach Kevin Ray, this is what retirement planning is all about.
Building monthly paychecks, and how you build those monthly paychecks is going to determine how well in retirement you're going to enjoy it. So sit down and build a good framework, and it starts with income.
So build your framework with Kevin and the team at Insight Folios today by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
AgroLiquid is precision crop nutrition. That means being committed to product performance, to research and field testing, and to superior agronomics. Most of all, AgroLiquid is committed to delivering precisely the right nutrition in the right way, including seed-safe planter plus side dress applications and foliar applications with low burn risk. AgroLiquid. Apply less, expect more. Find a retailer at agroliquid.com. Precision crop nutrition pays. And AgroLiquid has precisely what it takes to help you succeed. The right products plus the right expertise to give you guidance based on your soils, your fields, and your goals. While our clean, seed-safe formulations and lower application rates make planter fertilizer easier than ever. AgroLiquid. Apply less, expect more. Find a retailer at agroliquid.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Our 12 deals of Christmas are going on right now at RocketGrabPlus.com. This deal is for third-generation auto in Bay City. You are going to get a full synthetic oil change plus a free pair of wiper blades. It also includes a 35-point inspection, complete lube, filter, and all fluids topped off. You're getting it for $50. It's usually $100, but you are getting it half off. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
This Thursday, December 15th, 2022 on WSGW, the Sharing Hope Radiothon Day to benefit the Rescue Ministries of Mid-Michigan, presented by Bronner's Christmas Wonderland, presented by Fisher Contracting, presented by TriStar Truck, digital presentation from Dick Williams Gun Shop, and a whole host of other businesses. Most importantly, you, our loyal listeners. We had a goal of $50,000. As we're approaching 6 o'clock, Bill Hobson, who advocates and coordinates the Radiothon, what do you have?
$58,067.
Wow.
So I've assembled a choir here to celebrate, Charlie. We have a little song. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You are with WSGW in the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios.
Hi, yes, back with you on the Art Lewis Show. And back to our phones. Mike is in Bay City. Mike, good morning to you.
Hi, Art.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Couple of things I want to ask you about. How about what happened to that guy for the hockey team? That one guy.
Say that again now. I'm sorry, I
The
missed.
hockey team.
What about it?
The guy who died last week.
Yeah,
It's too bad.
in London. Yes,
Yes.
it was. You know, we don't know all of the details, but apparently it was a suicide, and being treated that way. The London Police Service in London, Ontario, is investigating just to make sure, but they said there was no foul play.
Oh.
And it's a tragedy, you know, and it reignites the desire to make sure that everybody in the league understands the smart talk and that they know how to look for signs that someone might be having a problem. It's a sad day.
Yeah. I wanted to go to that game last week, but I couldn't go.
Yeah, no, it's going to be rescheduled. If you have tickets for that game, they'll
No,
be
I
good.
don't.
Well, then you'll be able to get tickets when it's rescheduled. The
Okay.
Spirit did move the game that was canceled last week. The Wednesday night game was to be the teddy bear toss for the
Uh-huh.
benefit of the Jason Lamb Foundation, and that has been moved to the 29th, the game next week.
Oh,
So the teddy bear toss will go on, but the rescheduled game between the Spirit and Erie has yet to be rescheduled, but it will be soon.
You hope.
Oh, I know it will be. Oh, I guarantee it. It will
Hey.
be rescheduled.
Does Jonathan Rosie live in Saginaw?
Rosie lives in Saginaw. Yep. He lives
He
down
was a
here.
good player for the Gears.
Oh, Rosie was the best. He,
Who's the other guy, number 9?
I don't remember the numbers.
Gordon Malinowski?
There were a number of them. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, this past the last game, 8 of them, 7 players and Bill Corbier, who used to do the PA announcing, were all gathered. They honored the former Gears, and the team, the Spirit, wore throwback jerseys, the Gears old orange jerseys, and we auctioned them off after the game.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, there were a number of them there. I saw Jean-Marie Nicole. I hadn't seen him in a while. Dave Westner was there, and quite a number.
Perry?
I'm sorry?
John Perry, too?
No, he wasn't there. But the team was fairly well represented. So, anyway,
Okay.
have a Merry Christmas, Mike.
I like the snow coming.
Yeah, well, I would have preferred it on a different day, but if it's coming, it's
Me
coming.
too. Yeah, it's coming.
All right,
All right.
Mike. Have a
Bye-bye.
good one. Take care. Bye-bye now. And let's talk to Sally in Saginaw. Sally, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I just want to give a little bit of history. I don't know if you, when Fred Krell was there, I think it was in the late 60s, early 70s, we had a huge snowstorm. Maybe it came with ice too, I'm not sure, in Saginaw. And all of the roads were blocked and everybody. And some of the things in WCW, you were downtown, down in
Mason
Washington
Building.
and Genesee.
Yep, the Mason
Yep.
Building.
Right, right. And I know that there were some people that were snowmobilers, and they had sleds. And some of the major roads were plowed, but the side roads weren't. And they wanted to have, even ambulances couldn't get through.
Right.
So they had like it's sort of like the Cajun Navy, only it was snowmobilers with
Yeah.
sleds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
so it's something to keep in mind.
Yep.
And a lot of it was engineered in essence by WSGW.
I know that
'Cause
I wasn't here then, but
No.
I came in 1974. But after that, out
Okay.
here at the building that the station is in now, I
Mhm.
don't remember the year, but there was a major snowstorm, and the people that live in the development across Tittabawassee Road on the other side of the road brought food to the station because we were all landlocked. We couldn't get out. So they brought food. And then who can forget the ice storm of 1976? I remember that one well,
Okay.
too. Ooh.
Yep.
Yep.
But I think this one was even earlier. I think you somehow, there was somebody that read a deal from history. I don't remember exactly what date, but it was, but you know, like I said, we had a lot of snow.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was just marvelous. And so sometimes the doctors were still at home and they had to get to the hospital, you know, to help, or somebody needed help to get to a major road to get in an ambulance. So it's something to keep in mind that your station might be able to.
Well, absolutely.
People need.
It's the beauty of radio.
So,
it's the beauty of radio.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Only we didn't, you know, at that time they didn't give themselves a name like the Cajun Navy. When I heard of Cajun Navy, you know, I thought of all of the snow, and I'm sure a lot of people have snowmobiles.
Yeah.
And if they have sleds, they can transport somebody
Absolutely.
through a major trunk line.
All right, Sally.
So keep it in mind, okay?
I will. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
One technical note for you right now, our FM 100.5 is off the air just for a brief time. Has to do with some folks doing some tower work. And you can still, of course, hear us on 790 AM and online at WSGW.com. If you're listening on, you know, if you're using the FM normally, you could listen online. It should not be too long. We'll let you know when everything comes back to normal. We'll take a break, be back, and we'll get to Dan in Bay County when we return here on WSGW.
I had an instance where we had somebody who passed away. Their family was in cleaning out their room. This family member just, embraces me with this huge hug and is like, thank you. Taking care of our mom. We felt good leaving her here every night, knowing that she was cared for. To know that people trust you with their loved ones, I think is a huge deal. When you get to know family members on a deeper level, you can make that trust even greater.
For more information, visit wellspringlutheran.com.
Menards has everything you need to light your home. Sylvania's True Wave Natural Light LED bulbs provide the closest light spectrum to natural sunlight. This helps you to see better by offering an enhanced color experience which show colors, whites, and skin tones with exceptional contrast. Save big money this holiday season and get a $10 rebate with a $40 purchase of Sylvania True Wave LED. Good through December 24th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher are obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit Fisher Investments. Why investors like you switch to us.
Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Everybody needs an edge. The other guy is working on his edge right now, whether you have one or not. Testosterone levels are at an all-time low historically, and individual T levels in men decline 1% every year with age. There's a new champion of natural testosterone boosters, and it's called CHOQ, CHOQ. 100% natural herbal extracts with game-changing effects on your energy, mood, and focus. CHOQ Daily's main ingredient has been clinically studied to boost testosterone 20% in 90. Charge your masculinity with higher T and a massive boost of energy by taking CHOQ's Male Vitality Stack every day. Take the 90-day CHOQ Challenge and reap the benefits of the reigning champion of natural men's health with CHOQ's Male Vitality Stack. For a very limited time only, CHOQ, CHOQ, is giving our listeners a 30% discount with promo code USA. That's CHOQ.com, code USA, for 30% off while supplies last. The Big Ten champion Michigan Wolverines.
The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Jake Moody gives the Wolverines the lead. JJ's got the snap. He's got a hole, spins to the goal line as he... Michigan hands it off to Donovan Edwards, and he's in the clear, John. They will not catch Donovan Edwards. Yes! Turkana fires, and it is intercepted. It's Will Johnson, the freshman, again.
The Michigan Wolverines continue their magical season on December 31st when they face TCU in the National Championship semifinal at the Fiesta Bowl. Coverage begins 3 p.m. with kickoff at 4 on 790 News Radio WSGW. Michigan Championship football is brought to you by Lingle Equipment Company, Schaefer and Beerline, Ram Truck and Frankenmuth, Zimomatic Irrigation Solutions, North Bloomfield Properties, and Wolf Files, Ace Hardware in Saginaw. It's Michigan against TCU at 3 p.m. on 790 News Radio WSGW.
Your home for Michigan Wolverines football is WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, and Dan is in Bay County. Dan, good morning.
Good morning, Mark.
Morning.
Merry Christmas to you and your staff.
Same to you.
Couple things. Just to give you an update on the travel situation in New York to Chicago. I have a family member that just landed down there, and they're not Chicago right now. It's on a delay.
They landed in Chicago. Now, were they flying?
She came from Detroit to JFK in New York.
Okay.
So anybody that's coming out of New York probably won't get to Chicago.
Yeah. More than likely.
More than likely for the next day or so, at least.
Yep.
If not longer. And but anyway, other thing I wanted to talk about. But if anybody's looking to do that, just to give them a heads up.
Yeah.
But thought I'd talk a little bit about the Tigers.
Okay.
Tigers, to me, have a very low quality as far as scouts and everybody else that runs that organization. I think what they need to do is get a lot of players in there that got some speed, younger players that can hit hopefully 250 instead of these guys that always they go after big sluggers that strike out 100 times, hitting the double plays, can't run, not that great on defense, and they need to get a team more with speed, defense, and pitching and hitting at an average, and I think they'll win a lot of games.
Well, I think I think you're right about that, but I'm willing to allow that they've changed the upper management, and let's see what happens. When you have a new general manager come in, you get new philosophies and new thoughts, and we got to give him a little bit of time to see what he can do. That's what happened to the Lions, and look what's happened to the Lions now. Wow. I mean, all of a sudden found themselves.
That's remarkable, and
it's great.
What the Lions are doing, but they're probably going to have to win their.
Well, they'll have to win out.
Two out of the 3 games to have a chance to make the playoffs.
Well, I think they'll have to win 3 out of 3, but that's me.
Well,
but and listen, the games they are facing, they have a chance.
Right.
They have a chance. I'll give a lot of credit to the coach, Campbell. The players love to play for this guy.
Well, you got to have a good coach that they like. Same thing with a baseball manager. That they're not going to produce like they should, because a lot of these players I watch today, I played a lot of baseball in my day, and
So
there were
did
a lot
I.
of
Yep.
tough competitors, adult baseball, and we played against a lot of guys that were college and played in college, and some even in
Well,
double and triple A's.
Here's the
Bad.
good news that I'm going to have to go here for time, but here's the good news I was just reminded about by one of the guys at the station. What you described in terms of the Tigers getting the kinds of players you described is exactly what the new general manager, Scott Harris, is all about, especially more contact hitters and less strikeouts. So
Well, that's what I'd be doing.
here we go. We'll see what happens. Hey, I've got to go. Have yourself a Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to you.
Take care. Bye-bye now. We'll be back to close out this hour.
This holiday season, join all of us at Wildfire Credit Union as we do something new and very special to benefit members of our community in need. Introducing Wildfire's Holiday Harvest Giveaway. From November through December, will have bags of shelf-stable food available to purchase for $10 per bag. Each bag can feed a family for up to 1 week. Wildfire worked in conjunction with Hidden Harvest to make the food available, and all Wildfire branches are partnered with area food pantries to ensure all sold bags are handed out to families in need. Over 1,000 bags of food will be available for sale. We also have 150 bags for pets. All proceeds from the sold bags will go to Hidden Harvest to further support their ongoing mission of getting food to families. Let's do something special together and make the holidays a little easier and brighter for those in need. Distinctively better.
Hi, I'm Anthony Imperato, president of Henry Repeating Arms. Patriotic Americans are looking to protect and provide for their families, now more than ever. For your home and in the field, there is a Henry that is right for you. We have over 200 Henry rifles and shotguns to choose from in a variety of calibers and finishes, all backed by our lifetime guarantee and my personal guarantee for your 100% satisfaction. You have my word that Henry Repeating Arms are made in America, always will be, or they will. I invite you to visit henryusa.com to order a free catalog, decals, and a list of Henry dealers in your area. That's henryusa.com or call 1-800-958-4993. Thank you, and God bless America.
All right, that puts the first hour to bed. We'll be back with hour number 2 and more open phones here on the Art Lewis Show. Got news first from CBS. That'll bring you up to date on the world and the nation. Michael Percher will be in the WSGW newsroom to tell you about the region and the state. And then, as I said, we will be back with open phones coming up on the Art Lewis Show.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. People across the country have entered the thick of a travel nightmare with a winter storm snarling roads and air traffic on one of the busiest weeks of the year. This woman is stuck at
Original flight was canceled, and so right now we're just standby passenger.
More than 1,500 flights have been canceled in the U.S. so far today. 700 already scratched for tomorrow. Reporter Bruce Marcus begins team coverage from Eagle River, Wisconsin.
Lots of blowing, drifting snow has made driving difficult, if not impossible, in many places. Virtually all events are canceled. Even people who generally like winter are fed up with all this snow.
Just close my eyes and hope it's gone.
What's the worst thing about it?
The cleanup.
I'm from Crusola. Advocates for the homeless across the South are scrambling to find additional space for people as record cold takes aim at the region. homeless man in coastal Gulfport, Mississippi.
A lot of them ain't got nothing. They just barely do have clothes on their back.
'Tis the season for a triple-demic. Correspondent Cammie McCormick reports. Hospitals across the country are reporting a surge in flu, COVID, and RSV cases.
My husband is actually at home right now with COVID. Christmas is canceled for him, and I will test with my daughter on Christmas Eve to make sure that we're safe to go to my parents.
Dr. Sophie Jan in New York.
We're up by 150% for sick visits compared to this time last year. We're up by 300% compared to this time 2 years ago.
45 states are reporting increases in respiratory illness. Signs RSV cases have peaked. President Zelensky made his pitch for more U.S. aid and weapons for Ukraine in a speech before a joint session of Congress last night.
We stand, we fight, and we will win because we are united. Ukraine, America, and the entire free world.
The Senate has yet to pass a $1.7 trillion government spending bill that includes aid for Ukraine. Face the Nation's Margaret Brennan.
This current package, if it passes in the omnibus, is about $45 billion. That's the largest package to date, and it is estimated that it could take us through May of 2023. But President Zelensky said himself, honestly, it's not enough weaponry.
The Senate due back this hour to continue work on that bill. A stronger than expected showing for the economy in the third quarter. Bank rates, Mark Hamrick.
GDP is said to have expanded at a revised annual rate of 3.2% last quarter. That's up from the previous estimate of 2.9%. It marks an acceleration from the contractions in the first two quarters of the year.
The Dow is up 188 points in early trading. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Our 12 deals of Christmas are going on right now at RocketGrabPlus.com. This deal is for third generation auto in Bay City. You are going to get a full synthetic oil change plus a free pair of wiper blades. It also includes a 35-point inspection, complete lube, filter, and all fluids topped off. You're getting it for $50. It's usually $100, but you head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
Everybody needs an edge. The other guy is working on his edge right now, whether you have one or not. Testosterone levels are at an all-time low historically, and individual T levels in men decline 1% every year with age. There's a new champion of natural testosterone boosters, and it's called CHOQ, CHOQ. 100% natural herbal extracts with game-changing effects on your energy, mood, and focus. CHOQ Daily's main ingredient has been clinically studied to boost testosterone 20% in 90 days. Supercharge your masculinity with higher T and a massive boost of energy by taking CHOQ's Male Vitality Stack every day. Take the 90-day CHOQ Challenge and reap the benefits of the reigning champion of natural men's health with CHOQ's Male Vitality Stack. For a very limited time only, CHOQ, CHOQ, is giving our listeners a 30% discount. That's CHOQ.com, code USA. For supplies last.
Hey, did you get that proposal done?
It can wait till tomorrow.
Some things can wait.
Should we book those flights to see your folks? We can do it later.
But untreated COVID isn't one of them. If you're 50 or older or have a chronic condition, COVID can be deadly. Got COVID symptoms? Talk to a doctor and get treatment right away, because it just can't wait. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Clear skies, 31 degrees at 10:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Percha. With severe winter weather heading towards Michigan today, making preparations and urges residents to do the same. Consumer says the storm system forecast to begin tonight and continue into Saturday could bring winds of up to 60 miles an hour, resulting in power outages, downed wires, and other hazards. According to President and CEO Garrick Rocco, crews are working to prepare trucks and materials in order to be ready to respond to those outages. Customers are encouraged to prepare by charging all electronic devices and emergency batteries, putting together an emergency kit with flashlights, water, blankets, and enough medication and baby supplies if necessary, as well as unplugging sensitive electronics like TVs, computers, and printers.
The Isabella County woman arrested and charged with cyber crimes, including stalking a minor using a computer to commit a crime after sending hundreds of harassing messages to 2 teens, one of whom was her daughter, reportedly told police after she started, she got carried away. Kendra Lakari, 42 years old, was arrested after it was determined she was sending dozens of messages to her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend, both high school students. Lakari used her experience in information technology to set up fake social media accounts and other phone numbers to divert attention away from herself and make it appear others were sending the messages. Lakari allegedly began sending those messages over a year ago. She has admitted to sending the messages and will be back in court next week when the judge will decide whether she'll stand trial. The Saginaw County Health Department is distributing free radon test kits and encouraging area residents to test their homes during National Radon Action Month. Radon is the #1 cause of lung cancer among non-smokers. The only way to know if your home has an elevated radon level is to test it. It's easy and inexpensive, says Chris Clellan, Director of Environmental Health Services at the Health Department. The do-it-yourself test kits are normally available for $10, but free kits are available through January 31st in several locations around Saginaw County. Visit saginawpublichealth.org for more information. News time, 10:07.
Hi everyone, Eric Crane here with Crane's Outlet Appliance Center, and I'm proud to announce that both of our locations are ready for the holidays. Whether it's kitchen or laundry, any other need that you have, you'll find it here on Bay Road in Saginaw or 1556 West Carroll Road in Carroll. New, scratch and dent, and reconditioned appliances with name brands such as LG, Speed Queen, GE, and Frigidaire products. Don't forget, we stand behind everything we sell. Crane's Outlet Appliance Center, locally owned and operated since 1956, is at 3260 Bay Road in Saginaw and 1556 West Carroll Road in Carroll, where we want to earn your business.
Thrivent is a proud sponsor of the Valley Lutheran Christmas on WSGW. Thrivent believes money is a tool, not a goal. The Hessler Shaver Group with Thrivent can work with you to create a financial strategy that reflects your priorities and helps you protect the things that matter to you, like family and giving back. The Hessler Shaver Group can be reached at 989-791-3955. That's 991-3955. Call the Hessler Shaver Group with Thrivent today.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. An increase in COVID-19 cases in China is starting to have an impact on the auto industry, a ripple that could have an effect here in the U.S. MNN's Jeff Gilbert has this.
One of the big red flags is with chipmaker Renesas, which had to idle its plant in Beijing for several days as COVID cases spike in China. Car makers are trying again to keep factories running with workers who just stay on site, but the disease is creeping into those closed loops. While China has back policy, the sheer number of cases is also causing absentee problems. Jeff Gilbert, the Michigan News Network.
The Michigan Public Service Commission has approved a settlement agreement that permits Northern States Power Company of Wisconsin to implement a $733,000 rate increase. NSPW, part of Xcel Energy, serves about 6,000 natural gas customers in the western Upper Peninsula. Under terms of the agreement, the rate increase will take effect January 1st. In addition, the commission authorized the utility to raise rates by $120,000 each year in 2024 and 2025 to fund $1.2 million for gas pipeline capital investment for the company's distribution integrity management program to fund pipeline replacement. A Grand Rapids man has been sentenced to more than 7 years in prison for a scheme to obtain more than $1 million in federal COVID-19 relief money. 47-year-old Jamar Mason pleaded guilty to a charge of laundering. Mason was among 4 people who prepared phony applications for federal Paycheck Protection Program loans in 2020. WSGW News Time, 10:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. A winter storm warning will go into effect here later this evening. We'll see a few spotty areas of rain and snow mixing possible late today. Otherwise, cloudy skies, a high into the upper 30s. Winds out of the southeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, a chance for rain and snow mixing and then becoming all snow late. About an inch possible to accumulate with cloudy skies and a low near 20. Friday, a chance for some snow showers here, 1 to 3 inches possible. Areas of blowing snow likely as well. Cloudy, temperature steady early, then slowly falling. And on Saturday, cloudy and breezy, a high around 18. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 29.
Now, the Talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And welcome back to the Art Lewis Show in my Saginaw Spirit Home studio. Our show sponsored by Westside Decorating Center in Saginaw. Stop in at 5789 State Street to see their newly expanded showroom with everything needed for home decorating. That's where we get all of our home decorating supplies, and you should too. 5789 State Street at Weineke in Saginaw. Hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show. It's open phones, whatever you'd like to talk about, 989-752-6111. By the way, the FM 100.5 is back on again. We had some maintenance issues. It had nothing to do with our station, but it had to do with the tower that was being climbed for some light bulb replacement, and they had to shut down our antenna for a brief period of time. But it's back up and running again. And we thank you for your cooperation. So as we sit here on this 22nd day of February, 22nd day of December, looking ahead to this weekend, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. We've asked for a white Christmas for years. Probably going to be whiter than we wanted. And as we've heard from a couple of callers this morning, too, travel, iffy at best. So if you've got plans, I would suggest you make alternate plans just in case. That's what we've done with our sons. Our sons and daughter-in-laws were going to drive up from the Detroit area, and they were going to do that Saturday. We had conversations with them yesterday, and we have an alternate plan if they can't make it up. And it's going to depend. Obviously, it's going to depend on the road Saturday and how well the crews got out and cleaned them off and all of that. But we do have an alternate plan, and that's a smart thing if you are traveling. And also, the other thing you'll want is patience. When you are in an airport and you find out that a flight has been delayed or canceled, don't take it out on that poor gate agent. They didn't do it. They're trying to help you. But it's so many times we get stories of people that blow up at the gate agent. They got a tough job to do in those situations. They had a tough job to do anyway. But, yeah, kind of, just take a deep breath. Best thing you can do. Errol is in Saginaw, and we'll say good morning to him. Hi, Errol.
This is memory days, isn't it?
Yeah, memories.
Talk about the grain elevator out there in Hemlock. Feel sorry for all those firefighters who are out there, but
yeah,
it is what it is. And I do remember the grain elevator in Milwaukee when we had the guy trapped under an I-beam.
Yep, I remember that.
But that isn't the fun that I'm calling about. I can remember when we had the snow. We had to walk into this address. Rig wouldn't go down there, and I get down there, and the mother says, our 14-year-old daughter's having a baby, and she's in the bathroom. So I get in there, and this is a 14-year-old, and she says, this is my first time having a baby. I said, we're even. This is my first time delivering one, so we're going to get along fine. I said, we'll work it out. You know where the baby's at, and I know where it's got to come from. So kept her mother out of the bathroom, and two of us managed to deliver this baby.
Oh, fantastic.
It brought back memories.
Yeah.
I thought to myself,
let me ask you, Errol.
Baby class.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. For those that don't know, Errol was a battalion chief in the city of Saginaw quite some time. That's how I first met him. And that goes back a lot of years. You've been retired how long now?
25 years.
25 years you've been retired. And
Oh no, I've been retired since 1990, sir. Ask me.
oh, really? Have you been
Yeah.
retired that long?
Oh yeah, a lot of people think, why am I still alive? But that's all right.
No.
Yeah, I have. But,
What
probably
what were the high points?
My high point in my was the fire safety house. I took a little girl to a fire over on Hayes and Woodbridge, and it was March and April and snow and wet and everything else. I held her already upstairs, and we worked on her. Oh, probably the half, 3/4 of an hour in the front yard, myself and another firefighter, and she says, "Help me, my brother set fire to the house." Well, that bothered me for about 10, 12 years. And Dick Hoffman just says, "What's the matter with you?" I says, "I'm trying to figure out a way to do something about that. The kids don't know what they do." So I did some checking around, designed the fire that was been all over the schools in Michigan.
Right.
And in fact, we had a team of engineers from Fort Smith Air Force Base come down, and I said to him, "There's about 10 of them." He says, "We're going to build one we can load on an aircraft and fly it all over the world." Well, I made theirs so the top part came down, but ours we hauled all over the state. I got a call from California for the home show. "We want you to bring your fire safety house up there." He says, "Are you nuts? This thing is 14 feet high. We're not coming out there." They sent a team of photographers in here, and they spent 3
days doing it, huh?
At Kempton School. Well, the last time I checked, fires, I never did it to make any money. That wasn't the reason. But I got everything donated that built that fire safety house from all the businesses in the Saginaw area. And Dick Hoffman asked me, "Well, what are you going to tow this monster with?" I said, "Well, I'm going to go talk to someone." I talked to Tom McDonald from McDonald.
Yeah,
Cadillac.
sure. Yep.
And so he says, "Well, let me look into it." He says, "What do you want on it?" I says, "An engine that will tow this thing around." He says, "Well, let me look at it." He called me in 2 weeks. He says, "I got one for you. You can have it, but it's loaded from." You could not put any more on this vehicle than if you had paid for it. He gave the fire safety house the vehicle for our.
Well,
project, so.
and the nice thing about this, Errol, is your legacy lives on because there's still a smokehouse.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not sure where it's at right now. They don't have the manpower anymore, I don't think, to take it around the schools.
Well,
But
the
we
fire
covered
marshal was
everything.
taking it around because I've seen it at events.
Yeah, it's covered a lot of territory in the state, and they are now available all over the world.
Right.
Time I did some checking, we were about 2.5 million kids that had went through that. I got an invite to Great Plains, New York, because they wanted to build one, and I asked Chief, I said, "Can we go to White Plains, New York?" He said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, I've been invited to a dedication of their fire safety house." So myself and 2 other fires took a drive to New York
Yeah,
City.
that's cool.
The Great Plains, and who lives in that area? The Boss, the singer called The Boss.
Oh yeah, Springsteen.
Yeah, well, he was there, but he was living next door to me. We had a ball, but
Great.
a great trip.
Well,
And
that's a good legacy, and I'm glad I asked because I did not know you had a hand in the fire safety houses. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I tell people, yeah, and it got me 2 trips to be on television in Hollywood. They picked me up at the airport in a limo. I was there for 3 days on the show and everything else.
That's wild.
When they got ready to take me back to the airport, this kid with a broken out window in a Camaro hauled me back to the airport. So it was a fun career.
Yeah, well, you had a great career and you served the people of this region very well.
We perturbed a few, but that's okay. That comes with the territory.
Yeah.
So you have a nice and Merry Christmas, Artis.
You too, Errol.
And everyone else. We'll talk to you later.
All right, take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I've said this before, but Errol, probably one of the first people I met when I came to Saginaw because I was sent down to a fire scene, and there was Errol, and he was kind and courteous and gave us the information we needed, and we became acquainted and then friends for for all that time. And and all this time, I never knew he had a hand in the smokehouses. That's fantastic legacy. That's terrific. All right, the lines are open for you. As you can see, we're kind of dealing in good stuff today, good news and all of that, or travel plans, sometimes not so good. If you got something along those lines you want to talk about, by all means, give us a call, 989-752-6111.
Bonnie Sewing Center is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, you can get the very best prices on everything. Janome, Baby Lock, Husqvarna Viking, and Bernina. This includes top-of-the-line embroidery machines, sergers, long arms, and more. With every purchase, Bonnie Sewing you are award-winning customer service that includes unlimited free one-on-one lessons. Come sit and sew with us all day in our expanded classroom. We have staff on hand to help you. Bonnie Sewing Center on Wilder Road in Bay City, your one-stop sewing shop for over 38 years.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. The holidays are here. Save money. So why would you pay full price when you know you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out all of our deals going on right now from Super Cute in Freeland, The Bearded Axe, Patriot Carpet Cleaning, Applied Training Solutions, and West Side Decorating. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks lost ground at the open following a stronger than expected reading on the economy for the Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates to cool inflation and the economy. The gross domestic product rose 3.2% in the third quarter. And the labor market also appears to be holding up. The number of people filing for unemployment benefits for the first time last week rose by just 2,000 to 216,000. CarMax reported a disappointing quarter. It says inflation and high interest rates are cutting into car sales. Tesla has increased discounts on buyers of Model 3 or Model Y electric cars to a $7,500 credit, and Tesla's also offering 10,000 miles for free. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Kosola, invested in you.
Did you know that you can save up to half on your wireless plan when you switch to Consumer Cellular? They offer unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month, with the same premium coverage as the nation's largest carriers. Plus, their award-winning customer support makes switching a breeze. Go to consumercellular.com/radio25. And for a limited time, get $25 off when you use promo code radio25.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
On Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, WSGW will have special Christmas programming for you. From 9 to 1 p.m., Gil Gross is your host for a CBS Christmas show. From 1 to 3 p.m., it's the Valley Lutheran Christmas, presented by Joe Shaver and Marty Hessler, representatives of the Great Lakes Group of Thrivent Financial. Then, starting at and all Christmas Day, it's Mannheim Steamrollers and American Christmas, presented by Frankenmuth Credit Union. Plus, overnight Christmas Eve into Christmas morning, George Norrie will be live hosting his Coast to Coast show. You can also stay updated with CBS News and WSGW weather starting each hour. Listen on 100.5 and 790 WSGW. Listen with Siri and Alexa. Listen online, WSGW.com. Celebrating Christmas together. You and WSGW.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Out. Northern Michigan Elk Guide, Vance Gowell. Then Ben Nielsen from Showspan. In our second hour, we're ice fishing with Jake Romanek of Fishing 411 TV, plus DNR fisheries biologist Jeff Jolly. And in our third hour, all things outdoors in Michigan with Tom Lounsbury. Listen Saturday mornings at 6 and Sundays at 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. It is the Art Lewis Show for this December 22nd, 2022. Can't believe the month is almost gone. I can't believe the year is almost gone, too. I touched on this last hour. I mentioned it up front last hour, but I want to dive down a little deeper into it. Some Buick dealers are taking buyouts rather than big electronic vehicle investments in their dealerships. And when you look at it, General Motors is estimating that in order to go full EV, put in chargers and everything else you need in the dealership, you're looking at a $300,000 to $400,000 investment. And I started to read this story, which was, by the way, in the Detroit Free Press this morning. And I was reading the story asking myself, how long will it take for them to mention Dick Garber? Well, it took just a few paragraphs, actually, because there was a subheading in the story, Buick makes generous offer to Michigan dealer. And in reading from the story, one of those Buick dealers in Michigan who considered an offer was Dick Garber, owner of the Garber Automotive Group, which sells 17 brands under 22 rooftops across the country. And of course, Garber Buick here in Saginaw is the oldest Buick store in the nation, having been in the Garber family since 1907. And of course, Dick has acquired other dealerships, Garber Chevrolet Buick in Chesaning, and Buick stores in Florida and one in South Carolina. And they quoted Dick as saying, quote, I spoke to Buick and we only engaged in conversation on one of them, declining to say which one it was. Quote, most of the markets we represent them in are single point markets where there are no other Buick points. We discussed the opportunity and we opted to stay. We believe the brand, we believe in the brand, and we believe in General Motors, and it was an easy decision for us. Dick went on to say that GM made him a generous and fair offer, but given his family's long history with Buick, he has tremendous loyalty to the brand and General Motors. And he said the $300,000 to $400,000 investment is doable, consistent by what we're being told by the brands we represent. So, and Dick also went on to say that the buyout option is practical for some dealers. Buick's sales per rooftop are some of the lowest in the industry, and the brand would be more in demand if they increased the sales per rooftop. So he said, I hope a number of dealers will take the buyout. I know General Motors is being very generous and very fair, and it could be good for everyone. So that when I picked the story up, when I saw the headline, before I even read it, I said, oh, they got to quote Dick Garber in here someplace. And sure enough, there it was in the story in the Detroit Free Press today. It will be interesting, though, because, as Dick points out, a lot of these, they call them rooftops, but the single point dealerships where it's Buick in a smaller community don't sell a lot of cars. It's got to be difficult for them to come up with $300,000 or $400,000 to convert so that they can sell electric vehicles, which, by the way, Buick has unveiled a new electric vehicle, the Wildcat. Now, I don't know when it'll be built, but they have unveiled the vehicle, and General Motors has said they want to be mostly electric by a date certain. So anyway, the Wildcat EV concept car, so it is only a concept right now. And what they have said, Buick has said that they will go all electric by 2030. GM's luxury brand Cadillac will also be all electric by the end of the decade. As a matter of fact, the Cadillac, I forgot the name of it now, Unique or something like that. They had one up here at McDonald Cadillac the other day. They could show it off. So they've also, by the way, this offer was also made to Cadillac dealers. So anyway, a lot of the bigger dealers have indicated they're all in terms of selling Buicks and selling GM brands. And this, by the way, is not unique to General Motors. It is happening across the board to all dealers. There's a price, for example, to sell EVs at a Ford dealership or a Stellantis dealership, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, all those. Every dealership, domestic and foreign, there is a huge cost to the dealer to install the charging stations, the tools, and the training needed to be able to service these electric vehicles. So it's going to be a shakeout process. It's going to be interesting to see how many dealers decide to take the buyout. And does that then close that dealership down? Years ago, you might remember that General Motors tried to consolidate all of their dealers and wanted to get rid of standalone Buick dealers, including Garber Buick in Saginaw. And if you remember right at that time, and I remember it very well because I was a participant, the community wrote 1,400 letters of support for Dick Garber and Garber Buick because of the philanthropy that he does in the community and what the dealership has meant historically. And they were all taken to General Motors, and sure enough, it did the trick. At least it helped. And the Garber Buick dealership survived as a solo dealership, because there was talk of combining it with one dealership or another dealership. So reducing the number of storefronts so that each storefront that survives has a greater ability to sell Buicks, a little less competition, if you will, in some cases makes sense. And, who knows whether that's what will happen or not. This is, you have to think of the electric vehicle age as similar to the end of the horse and buggy age, when the gasoline-powered automobile first came on the scene. And by the way, so did electric cars. Let's not forget that at the turn of the century, there were electric cars. I have a friend here in Saginaw that owns a very, very old electric car. And if he's on a good day, he can get up to 10 or 12 miles per hour driving it. But it works. It works. So electric vehicles are not new, but the technology allowing them to be sophisticated and modern and be able to handle the trials and tribulations of highway and city driving and all of that has improved, no doubt about it. But it is not new. Turn of the century, there were electric cars back in 1901, thereabouts. So what goes around comes around, I guess. And now there's been talk of fuel cells and hydrogen-powered cars coming back into the fold. It's going to be interesting to see where that ends up. To me, and I've said this before, on the one hand, electric cars make sense to me. I've driven them. They're fabulous to drive. I mean, they're wonderful to drive. What I'm waiting for is the battery range. And I want that range to be 500 miles or better. And then I'll think about it. All right, we're going to take a quick break, come back, and we will get to John in Saginaw. John, hang on, we'll get to you. Let me talk about Krizak's House Family Restaurant. They're proud to be a business that serves this area with the finest in dining and takeout services, and grateful for all of you who have supported them these many years. They look forward to serving you. Every day is takeout day at Krizak's. Today from 11 to 7, Friday and Saturday 11 to 8. Krizak's House Family Restaurant, corner of Cass in Michigan on Bay City's south side. For takeouts, reservations for parties and events, call 894-5531. And Donnie Krizak and the whole gang there wish you and yours a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We will come back with more after these notes.
Hi, this is Mary Ann from Warden Interiors of Frankenmuth. The beauty of the Christmas season is that it can remind us all of the beauty in life that we take for granted, our family, our friends, and our faith. And this is a perfect time to remind all appreciate your business during the year. And I'd like to take this moment to wish you a wonderful season filled with the people and traditions that mean the most. So from our family to yours, may you be blessed with the most important gift this Christmas, the love of our Lord Jesus Christ. Warden Interiors on North Main Street in Frankenmuth will help you bring it all together.
In his last will and testament, Robert has bequeathed to his only heir and devoted caretaker 1/3 of his house, 1/3 of his truck, and 1/3 of his beloved dog, Mr. Bo here.
Excuse me, I'm a little confused.
Don't settle for a fraction of what you deserve, especially at harvest. Yield your best with Veltima fungicide's proven plant health benefits and flexibility.
1/3 of a dog. Right.
Get everything you deserve with Veltima fungicide from BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease,
Asthma.
diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older, 52,
36.
42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor
about getting vaccinated.
with Prevnar 20.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia.
Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-888-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robin show,
the FBI says criticizing them for spreading disinformation is disinformation.
Well, if there's one thing they know all about, it's disinformation.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW. Broadcasting from the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios. This is WSGW.
And we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show. Back to our phones. John is in Saginaw. John, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Art.
Good morning.
I think, firstly, let me wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Same
and
to
I think it's in order, in your case, also for a Happy Hanukkah for you.
Thank you.
All right. There are a few things I'd like to add to the conversation that vary a little bit about this far-reaching topic that you're on this morning. I think it's very appropriate at this time of year that you discuss it because it's involved and important to our state and our area. The reorganization of General Motors quite unfairly foisted on Mr. Wagner, the chairman of GM, by the Senate. But nonetheless, it has happened. And I think one of the factors propelling this drive to electric vehicles is the fact that the Chinese government is pushing their domestic vehicle manufacturers to go all electric. They have a tremendous problem along their coastline with temperature inversion problems, air pollution, a real health hazard for their people. And I think that they, even though they're building all these coal plants, nonetheless, they can tackle the problem of automotive emissions. And I think that is helping to push the American manufacturers. On other fronts, so far as the electric vehicles are concerned, I know that Fiat, through their Case Tractor division, the experimental work done in Milan for a fuel cell powered farm that was shown at one of the agricultural fairs a few years ago in Italy. And I know that as Mercedes-Benz has split the company now, the truck division will be one side and the automotive car division will be the other side. And they are pushing very hard after a lot of research on electric vehicles and batteries to go all fuel cell for their Class 8 and larger trucks. So that's really behind the situation here. And I think that I have a lot of compassion on dealers and single franchise dealers. They've served their communities well, but by the same token, the electric you were trying to think of is the Baker Electric.
Yes, that's one of them. Yes, that's one of them. Yes.
There was a Franklin Electric also.
And I think that's the one that Dave has. That my friend has this old one. It's from 1903 or something like that. I don't know. It's been around
They
a
have
while.
the range then, and I think there'll be a place for them for intercity work. The old Checker Cab Company and people like that were trying they were using their vehicles for passenger traffic within the city. I think, but when you get out in the country, you're at risk. And I think people don't want to be out by a farm field someplace 100 miles from home where there's nothing.
Yeah, and you can't get back.
And the
Well,
truckers,
however-
the truckers don't want to. They don't want to have their load sit there without. Power.
However, John, let's remember this, because this goes back to what I said about EV industry being in its infancy, as was the gasoline engine. At the turn of the century, back in the 1900s, you probably would have said the same thing about the gasoline car. You know, well, I want to be around town because that's where the fuel supply is. I don't want to be caught out in the country because there is none. And now look, today they're everywhere. I suspect that in time, and what that time frame is, I don't know, but I'm suspecting maybe by 2030 or thereabouts, there will be EV charging stations in every gas station that there is now, and plus a lot other places too, parking lots and things like that. I suspect that the ability to charge your vehicle will be the least worry.
Well, I agree with you on that, but there was an estimate given for the worldwide automotive production for 2023 given the other day, and they expect 83 million vehicles to be produced worldwide by all manufacturers. And I think the population that is affluent enough to buy a vehicle has grown by so much into so many millions of people and billions of people that the market is for all different types of propulsion, whether it's gas, or whether it's electric, whether it's propane, whether it's fuel cell. And I think this is no one, the old method that controlled the whole of the market by petroleum, I think is going to be a fraction of the market, and there's going to be room for all these different types, and it's going to broaden the market.
There will be, but that brings up the service probabilities, because if you look at, for example, let me give you an example. Companies that provide transportation, let's say bus companies, they like to have one brand because then they can stock parts and don't have to worry about dealing with multiple brands. Trucking companies a lot are the same. I think what we're going to find is eventually EVs are going to take over the market. There may be some other propulsion systems in much smaller scale, but I don't think you're ever going to find, right now anyway, with the technology available, I don't think you're going to find another form of propulsion to compete with the EVs. And I say that because I believe that people want assurance that whatever they buy will have a nationwide dealership network, for example.
I agree with you to a certain extent, Arthur. I think it's going to depend on the progress that the research departments can make with the longevity and rechargeability of batteries.
Well, there's one other issue. You mentioned those that can afford them. In my world, they will not take off until the prices are comparable to auto prices today, where the average person can afford them.
Right. You know, there was a comment the other day, Ms. Chihiro Toyoda, who is running Toyota Motor today, and he made the comment that he thinks the rush to electric will not be as fast as what the predictions are within 10, 15 years and so on. And, you know, it took us 125 years to get to this point with the internal combustion engine. And according to the Jetsons, we're supposed to have flying cars by now. And
well, there are some, actually. They're not popular, but there are some. John, look, I've got to go here. I've got to take a break. But great conversation, and I wish you and yours a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Likewise.
And have a great day. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
John in Saginaw, we thank you for the conversation. That opens the lines. If you'd like to chime in, we'd love to chat with you.
Honey, I'm home. I took care of all the Christmas shopping.
Steve, you did what?
Well, you know how much I like paintball?
Yes.
I got everyone gift certificates to paintball, even your Uncle Ted.
Paintball has gift certificates?
Yep, and they can be used for anything. Detailing, rust-proofing, even graphene coating.
Good thinking, honey. Now I can keep those diamond earrings I bought for your mother.
What?
Gotta go.
Finish your Christmas shopping with a gift certificate from Paintball, located at 3140 Bay Road in...
We decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and silver. Now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy gold and silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible end-of-the-year sale prices from General Steel. That's right, start saving money every month on renting space from others. 74 Steel to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 888-74-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 888-74-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building at end of the year savings. Call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-747-8335. 888-74-STEEL.
Anthony Imperato, president of Henry Repeating Arms. Patriotic Americans are looking to protect and provide for their families now more than ever. For your home and in the field, there is a Henry that is right for you. We have over 200 Henry rifles and shotguns to choose from in a variety of calibers and finishes, all backed by our lifetime guarantee and my personal guarantee for your 100% satisfaction. You have my word that Henry Repeating Arms are made in America, always will be, or they won't be made at all. I invite you to visit Henry U to order a free catalog, decals, and a list of Henry dealers in your area. That's henryusa.com or call 1-800-958-4993. Thank you, and God bless America.
Charlie, Denise, and Pat, the WSGW morning team.
WSGW online poll, your outlook for 2023. There are many polls asking about the country in the new year. A recent USA Today Suffolk University poll showing 65% of Americans think the country is on the wrong track. But the same poll showed the mood 39% hopeful. But what about you and you? Take into consideration your personal, your professional life, your health, your family, your finances, whatever it might be. The poll question is, how do you think the year 2023 will be for you? Will it be a great year? Will it be a good year? Will it be an average year? Will it be a difficult year? We hope we have more of the goods and the greats than the others, but we understand. Head to WSW.com, scroll on the homepage, look for the poll box, and make your vote that way.
I always choose to be optimistic.
You live optimistically and then deal with whatever necessity you have to.
Look forward to the new year.
Exactly.
Your morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. The Michigan Wolverines face TCU in the college football playoff semifinal on December 31st. Game day coverage starts at 3 p.m. on 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, back with you. Let's get back to our phones. Michael is in Bay City. Michael, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Mr. Good morning. Gospodin Lewis, želim vama svima sretan Božić I novu godinu.
And the translation is?
Mr. Lewis, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
If I could do it in your language, I would do it back, but I'll do it in English.
Well,
Merry Christmas to you.
That's a kind of Croatian / Serbian / old Yugoslavian.
Is that right? Wow. Wow.
Yep.
Is that the family?
Well,
Obviously,
that's all I have to.
That's the family history.
All I have to say. Have a happy holidays, and you and yours.
All right. Well, you too. Thank you for calling, Michael. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye
bye now. That was interesting. I didn't recognize. I would not have known what the language was if he didn't tell me. Interesting. I remember. Some of you will remember this too. The late Wally Bronner from Bronner's Christmas Wonderland. We used to do a Christmas show at the store, and at the end of the broadcast, Wally would wish everyone Merry Christmas in as many languages as he could get in a minute or so. I know we have that someplace too. Look and see if I can find it here real quick. Because it was fun to listen to. I mean, he really had it down. It was unbelievable. Let's see. Yes, All right, let's see if we can do this. Let me put it here. And what else do I have to do here so I don't end up in trouble, which I have a habit of doing. Let me make sure that I move something else at the same time so that I have the ability to play this. Whoops. Let's do it this way, this way. Okay. What am I missing here? Huh. Oh, I see. Okay, let's do this and this. Now, I think we got it. And let me give you just I think we have time. Let me look. Yes, I think we just have enough time to do this. I may have to cut it off a little bit.
Well, Merry Christmas. Many people say Merry Christmas. They can also say Mele Kalikimaka, which is Merry Christmas in the Hawaiian way. In the German-speaking community, they would say Fröhliche Weihnachten. The Polish say Wesołe Świąt. The Italians, Buon Natale. And Latinos, they would say Feliz Navidad. Hungarians, Boldog Karachni Inapeket. The Romanians, Fericiti Serbatori. While the Greeks say Kala Christugana. And in the language of Christ, Idach Prika. That's Chaldean or Assyrian or Aramaic, whatever you want to call the language. The Russians, the Armenians, Shanur, Havur, Zurp, Sanud. Now we better go over to China where they say Shandong Kwailo, the Japanese, Morikuri Masu, the Filipinos, Maliwea and Pasco, and I did say Mele Kalikimaka, Merry Christmas in the Hawaiian way, which is not too different the way the Canadian neighbors say Merry Christmas, eh? But isn't it some words so strange to the ear, but to the words so very dear to your heart when you know that it's joy being expressed over the observance of Christ the Savior's birth.
For the best garage doors, service and more, call the Delta Door Doctor. Residential, commercial, we've got them in store. That's the Delta Door Doctor. He knows doors. We've got the selection and we've got the price, and the Delta Door team really treats you right.
The Smith family and staff at Delta Door wishes you and your family a Merry Christmas. This is the perfect season to appreciate all the good things we are graced with, and your trust and your business has truly been a blessing. Delta Door Sales has been installing garage doors and openers for 3 generations. May you be safe and secure this holiday season and enjoy your family and friends too. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Door Doctor.
For the best service and more, call the Delta Door Doctor.
Delta Door, 2835 Universal Drive, Saginaw.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know, tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
This is CBS News on the Hour. General Steel.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Bone-chilling cold and heavy snow are snarling travel across the country in the lead up to Christmas. We begin with the Dicey Drive. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
Driving on roads in the Midwest is going to be nearly impossible as we go into the afternoon and evening. Blizzard warnings will come into effect in portions of Indiana and Michigan. You've got winds gusting 40 to 60 miles an hour, so you're bringing visibility to near zero.
There are now more than 1,500 flight flight cancellations in the U.S. today, many at Chicago's O'Hare.
Carolyn Johnson is part of a group of 9 that's traveling together, and it's been nail-biting.
It's canceled, and so right now we're just standby passengers. But we have a cruise to get to on Friday, so we're trying everything we can.
Savannah Perkins was in a great mood. Her flight to Jamaica was on, and before the snowstorm is over here, she'll be taking it easy.
You guys be stuck in the house and I'm on the beach.
Bernie Tafoya for CBS News, Chicago.
A day after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky flew to Washington to address a joint session of Congress, we are just learning the U.S. Treasury has issued fresh sanctions against Russia. Zelensky urged lawmakers to continue sending aid and weaponry. Crypto fraud king Sam Bankman-Fried is expected to make his first court appearance in the U.S. today. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams is urging others involved in FTX scheme to come forward.
If you participated in misconduct at FTX or Alameda, now is the time to get ahead of it. We are moving quickly, and our patience is not eternal.
Bankman-Fried's ex-girlfriend and FTX co-founder are already cooperating with investigators. The CDC is predicting an uptick in serious COVID cases. It's forecasting the pace of new hospital admissions and deaths will likely increase over the next 4 weeks. Life expectancy in the U.S. to the lowest level since 1996, correspondent Cammie McCormick reports.
COVID-19 and opioid overdoses drove the numbers higher. COVID was the third leading cause of death for a second straight year in 2021 after cancer and heart disease. And overdose deaths have risen 5-fold over the past 2 decades. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death.
Governments tweak the numbers on economic growth. Bankrate's Mark Hamrick.
With this latest upward revision, GDP expanded by an annualized 3.2% rate in the recent third quarter. That's not consistent with the notion of a recession, but many economists and business leaders believe the risks of a recession are.
This is CBS News.
If you're a business owner renting or leasing, you can save a ton of money and own a custom-designed building made by General Steel. Just call 888-74-STEEL and get a quote today.
This season, get medieval. Powerful protection of Excalia fungicide from Valent USA. Here to shield your sugar beets from the treachery of Rhizoctonia, Excalia delivers excellent staying power, keeping your sugar beets from being conquered. Stay one step ahead of Rhizoctonia with the powerful protection of Excalia. Ask your retailer or visit valent.com/Excalia to learn more. Always read and follow label instructions.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
It's incredible. After using Babbel, I'm ready to start having real conversations.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Like bones, your teeth lose density and become weaker over time, which can lead to tooth decay. And that can make your visit to the dentist feel like this. But if you want your dental visit to feel like this, try Crest Densify. Crest Densify actively rebuilds tooth density to extend the life of teeth by remineralizing enamel. Densify from Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America. Smile, Crest has you covered.
Live. 5 and 790 Newsroom. This is WSGW News.
Mostly cloudy skies and 33 degrees at 11:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Percha. Michigan State Police are asking people to be flexible with travel plans and take necessary preparedness measures when traveling during hazardous weather over the next few days. The National Weather Service is forecasting the potential for blizzard conditions across the lower peninsula starting Friday, but in the UP on Thursday, Potentially dangerous cold and hazardous weather is expected through Saturday. State police are suggesting supplies be kept in vehicles, at home, and at work in case of an emergency. Deputy State Director of Emergency Management, Captain Kevin Sweeney, says because the weather can be unpredictable, residents should have a 72-hour emergency supply kit that includes water, food, battery-powered or hand-cranked weather radio, blankets, flashlight, and extra batteries. Anyone traveling should take along items such as salt, sand, water, and blankets, and also please check in on vulnerable adults. A woman has died and another person was hospitalized after a head-on crash yesterday in Saginaw County's Richland Township. The crash occurred around 7:30 a.m. on North Hemlock Road near the Richland Township Department of Public Safety. Police say a 33-year-old woman from the Saginaw area was driving a white SUV, and police attempted to make a traffic stop when the vehicle began to drive erratically. However, the SUV crossed into the oncoming lane and crashed into another SUV. The woman died from her injuries in the crash. The other driver suffered unknown injuries. The crash remains under investigation. Police in Huron County are investigating the theft of some expensive lighting fixtures from a local business. The new business is in development and located at Kindy on M53, according to the Sheriff's Department. A representative from the business told police 2 of their storage containers had the locks cut and 100 two-section light fixtures worth $800 each were taken sometime at noon on Wednesday. Police say either 2 vehicles or 1 vehicle with a large trailer would be needed to move that many light fixtures. Anyone with information about the theft is asked to call the Huron County Central Dispatch non-emergency number or the county sheriff's department. WSGW News Time, 11:07.
This holiday season, join all of us at Wildfire Credit Union as we do something new and very special to benefit members of our community in need. Introducing Wildfire's Holiday Harvest Giveaway. From November through December, all Wildfire branches will have bags of shelf-stable food available to purchase for $10 per bag. Each bag can feed a family for up to 1 week. Wildfire worked in conjunction with Hidden Harvest to make the food available, and all Wildfire branches are partnered with area food pantries to ensure all sold bags are handed out to families in need. Over will be available for sale. We also have 150 bags for pets. All proceeds from the sold bags will go to Hidden Harvest to further support their ongoing mission of getting food to families. Let's do something special together and make the holidays a little easier and brighter for those in need. Wildfire Credit Union, distinctively better.
WSGW News Time, 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. Rochester police are warning women to be on the alert for a man who's impersonating a police officer. An investigation started Monday evening after a woman told police she was pulled over by a car with red and blue flashing lights near Tiemkin and Washington Roads. The suspect asked the woman where she was coming from and if she had been drinking. After getting a look at her license and registration, he told her to get out of the car. When she asked to have a second officer called to the area or moved to a different area, the suspect abruptly told her she was free to go. Police say if you've been stopped or are being stopped and are unsure about the situation, call 911 and talk with dispatchers. Personal information of Hope College students and others associated with the college may have been leaked in a data breach. The college in Holland discovered a breach September 27th and conducted a forensic investigation. The college says they found certain sensitive information, including names, birth dates, social security numbers, and driver's license numbers, may have been compromised. Those who were affected will receive free crediting monitoring service from the college. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is closing its district office in Mount Clemens today after a vehicle crashed into the building yesterday. Officials say the office will be closed until further notice while repairs are made. Anyone needing help can visit offices in Warren or in Sterling Heights. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 11:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. A winter storm warning will go into effect here later this evening. We'll see a few spotty areas of rain and snow mixing possible late today. Otherwise, cloudy skies, a high into the upper 30s. Winds out of the southeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, a chance for rain and snow mixing and then becoming all snow late. About an inch possible to accumulate with cloudy skies and a low near 20. Friday, a chance for some snow showers here, 1 to 3 inches possible. Areas of blowing snow likely as well. Cloudy, temperatures steady early, then slowly falling. Then on Saturday, cloudy and breezy, a high around 18. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW Weatherology forecast. It's 33.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome to another edition of Focus here on WSGW. Sponsored by RoofMax, the safe, proven, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out more about RoofMax at GetRoofMax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. That's RoofMax, spelled with 2 X's. And this morning, we are going to learn about Gateway Healthcare. And to help us, one of the clinic directors is with us this morning, and he is Jim Muir. Jim, good morning to you. Jim, are you there?
Yes, I am.
There you are. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Art. I also have Ed Dorner. He's the executive director. I'm the clinic director at Gateway Healthcare.
Wonderful.
Hi, Art.
Hi, how are you, Ed?
Great, thanks.
Let's start with an overview of Gateway Healthcare, what it is and what it does.
Yeah, what Gateway is, we discovered a need in the community of people that just need great health care. And there's a lot of people that maybe don't have access to it or have barriers and are struggling to get them, whether getting in a timely way to get in to see a primary care doctor or an urgent care. And there's a whole group of people that may not have insurance. And so we just saw this need, and so we just responded to the need, and we opened up Gateway Healthcare so that it's accessible to as many people as possible.
Now, is this a full medical clinic, Ed, where I can come in for,
It is primary care and urgent care medical clinic, yes.
So I guess I have to ask, because you mentioned you serve a population, some of whom don't even have insurance. How are you funded?
Well, that's a great question. We've got a lot of people that have a heart for this in the community and are helping us to fund this. But and how that program very simply works is for those who qualify. And what we mean by that, for an example, is if you're a family of 4 and you make less than $83,000 in. And that just means that when you come to see our provider, that you would pay no more than $40 for the visit.
So it's reasonable health care.
Yes, it's very affordable is the term that we use, so that we make it affordable. And the cost is more than that to see the provider, but the patient only pays $40. And then we have other people who are very generous who say, we'd like to help with that so that they can see the provider.
So, Jim, where is your clinic located?
Yeah, we're in Midland. We're at 600 Cambridge Street, Suite 1. That's just a block off of South Saginaw.
And what kind of hours do you keep?
We're open Monday to Friday, 8 to 5:30 p.m. Wednesdays, we're just open in the afternoon, 1:30 to 5:30.
And the holidays going to cause some closings?
Yes, they will. We will be open next Tuesday, from Tuesday to Friday, 8:30 again, or 8 o'clock to 5:30, and Wednesday afternoon, 1:30 to 5:30, and then the following week, we're giving our team a little break, so we will be closed the first and the morning of the 3rd.
And just for better stance too, you're closed weekends anyway, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, I know you're going to have a digital presence online. Are you there now? Is there an online presence?
Yes, we have. We're on Facebook. We also have a website, gwhealthcare.net, and we're also on Instagram and LinkedIn.
So, Ed, are these walk-in clinics, or do you need appointments?
Both ends. If you want to call, you have an appointment, and we do the rest we can at the time that you're scheduled. Otherwise, it is a walk-in as well, that you could walk in and then just, kind of grab the next slot. And the other thing, maybe just to make sure that everybody understands too, is that whoever has insurance, this is for everybody.
Right.
So if you have, Blue Cross Blue Shield, you have Aetna, you've got McLaren. I mean, lots of insurances we accept. If you've got Medicaid, Medicare, and so those would be, give us a call, and then we'll kind of walk you through those.
So, I mean, in effect, you're a primary care facility open to anyone, but you have special fee structures for those that can't afford normal health care.
Correct. But it's not a sliding scale for those that maybe can't afford it. It's just no more than $40.
That's it. That's the top. All right. Hang on. I've got to take a break. We'll come back and talk more about Gateway Healthcare with our guests this morning on Focus.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host of the Money Pit Home Improvement Show. If you think you need a new roof, think again. You can avoid replacement and save thousands with RoofMax, the world's first roof rejuvenation treatment. RoofMax is a safe, easy, and affordable alternative to costly asphalt roof replacement. So don't replace RoofMax.
RoofMax, a safe, easy, proven, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Call Ben today at 859-6751 or go to GetRoofMax.com for a free quote.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease,
Asthma,
diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older,
52, 36,
42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. And full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor about getting vaccinated
with Prevnar 20. Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
On Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, WSGW will have special Christmas programming for you. From 9 to 1 p.m., Gil Gross is your host for a CBS Christmas show. From 1 to 3 p.m., it's the Valley Lutheran Christmas, presented by Joe Shaver and Marty Hessler, representatives of the Great Lakes Group of Thrivent Financial. Then, starting at 3 p.m. Christmas Eve and all Christmas Day, it's Mannheim Steamrollers and American Christmas, presented by Frankenmuth Credit Union. Overnight Christmas Eve into Christmas morning, George Norrie will be live hosting his Coast to Coast show. You can also stay updated with CBS News and WSGW weather starting each hour. Listen on 100.5 and 790 WSGW. Listen with Siri and Alexa. Listen online, WSGW.com. Celebrating Christmas together. You and WSGW. The WSGW Morning Team.
You got Taste Left in My Mouth by Scrooge O'Reilly.
I heard that.
His commentary this morning was basically saying, it's Christmas and it's too early. Bah humbug.
Turn off those Christmas movies and turn off that Christmas music until after the 15th.
Cold in the stocking for Bill O'Reilly.
Man.
Sometimes Christmas can seem a little shoved or early, but
early, especially when you hear some music on November the 1st. When he was talking about movies, I have to agree with him on this one that my favorite Christmas Carol movie is the one with Alistair Sim. But he said And it's not. We all know that It's a Wonderful Life, followed closely by Die Hard. I'm
I
just
was
saying.
thinking the Muppets. I love the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Wouldn't that be an interesting double feature with Pat and Denise?
Sure.
Watch Die Hard and the Muppets Christmas.
It's too bad Bruce Willis and the Muppets never got together.
Oh my gosh, that would have been great. The Muppets Die Hard Christmas Carol.
Your morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. This is the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios of WSGW.
All right, we're back to you. We're talking to Ed Dorner and Jim Muir from Gateway Healthcare in Midland. Ed, I noticed that that Gateway was founded on a platform of principles with your mission, vision, and values. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think we talked about the first one, and that was, that's really important to us, that it's accessible to everybody, whether they have insurance or not, whether they can afford it or not. And I just want to tell you this amazing story that we've had. We had somebody who came to the clinic who didn't realize, that we charged, and they needed to make a decision between groceries and healthcare. And we were able to, Jim asked, well, how much can you put towards this? And they had $20 to put towards it. And then we were able to give them a gift card so that they can go get groceries as well. So that's the affordability part, that we want everybody to be able to access healthcare that really needs it, whether or not they have the money for it. So that's really important to us.
That's
the second value that we have.
I was just going to ask, before we go on to the second one, I was just going to ask, that's sort of how you got the idea for all this, wasn't it? Somebody had to make a decision between food and medical care, and there was nothing else available?
That's exactly right. And actually, we discovered that through, we also, one of our community ministries, we call them, is a grocery store. And in that grocery store, where we only charge 5 cents over what we pay for it, that's where I actually met a woman there who said, she had to make a decision between food and healthcare. But we didn't have Gateway at the time. And so there was not a lot I could do except maybe help her with some medicine. But now, people that come to the grocery store, we can send over to Gateway, and people that come to Gateway, we can send over to the Bridge Food Center. And so we're able to help both of them.
Yeah. All right. So the second one you were going to bring up?
Yeah. The second value that we have is dignity. And dignity is very important for us. It's not charity. Charity is, we might say, that's typically free of charge. And just in our workings with people, they want to be able to live life for themselves and do things for themselves. That's a need that every human being has, is I want to be able to provide for my own needs. And so dignity is just making something affordable so that they're like, I can afford that. I can pay for that. So that when they come and they get their health care, they can walk away saying, I paid for it. And they feel amazing about it, and they got great health care, and they paid for it. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yep. And faith is an important part of all this, isn't it?
Faith is a very important part of this as well. That's our healing. That's our dignity. It's our third value. And healing is that, all of us were created. We have a body, we have a spirit, and that's true of every single person. And I think what's happened sometimes in healthcare is we separated them out. Like, we'll let the doctor physical, and then we'll let chaplains and pastors do the spiritual. And it hasn't always been that way. And the history in America is that most hospitals were started by churches like St. Mary's or St. Luke's. All of these hospitals were started actually born out of churches that really cared for it. So the healing aspect is we're just putting these two together, that you were a physical and a spiritual being. And when people come to Gateway, here's how that works. We just make an offer and say, if you would like, it's up to you, but if you would like us to pray with you, we would be more than happy to pray with you to begin the healing process so that we can help.
Jim, let's talk again, just to remind everybody about accessibility, where you're located and when you're going to be open.
Absolutely. Yes, we're at 600 Cambridge Street. That's in Midland. It's a block off of South Saginaw Road. We're generally open 8 to 5:30 Monday to Friday. We're closed weekends. We're also on Wednesdays. We're only open 1:30 to 5:30. Our website is gwhealthcare.net, and we're also on Facebook.
Very good. Well, I know you guys are going to have a bigger digital presence here in the near future. We'll have everybody look out for that. And we wish both of you a very Merry Christmas, and to you and your staff.
You as well.
And to your listeners.
Well, thanks for being with us. We'll do this again.
All right. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Bye-bye now. Jim and Ed from Gateway Healthcare, and we thank them for joining us here on Focus. You know, in this day and age, we're asked to do more for less, so when we spend approximately a third of our life in bed, we really do need quality sleep. And you can get that sleep on a mattress from Sanitary Mattress. They've been making custom mattresses since 1935. Rest assured, the Sanitary Mattress you're sleeping on was made right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Further, the money you spend stays right here in the local economy. In addition, Sanitary Mattress offers 1 hour delivery window of your mattress to your home, so you don't have to wait around all day. Sanitary Mattress can also make a custom mattress for your RV or boat, something the box stores can't do. Next time you need a mattress, you think of Sanitary Mattress. Put them in your GPS at 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw. Call them at 989-753-1757. Check them on the web at sanitarymattress.com. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sanitary Mattress Company, where you'll find everything from a crib to a king and everything in between.
The YMCA of Saginaw focuses on strengthening community, and now, thanks to the newly formed Saginaw County Veterans Service